All right, y'all. Welcome to the RoundStart. I can't say podcast. What are we calling this? We never named it.
Shortcast.
Shortcast. Sure, whatever.
Bro, just welcome back to a RoundStart video, bro. You could have said that.
You're right. Whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't have a name. All right. All right, y'all. Welcome to the RoundStart crew. Today we are talking about the mystery. I mean, not really a mystery, but pretty much Justin Wong, aka the WAZZLER, is making people refund Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Bro, I'm getting cucked up. Yo, no. Speaking of that, have you seen the clip of It was a clip of Justin. He was actually like looping this Sentinel that was dead, and he was basically stalling the clock as he was looping him. That the Sentinel was completely dead, by the way. Cannot do anything. Cannot switch because he's still technically on the game.
Yep.
And then he was like, you know what? Let me drop this. And he's like, I'm sorry. Like you gonna say sorry after you just did that after 10 seconds?
Was that the one where he was doing like the dash and low kick?
Yep.
It was just like, oh, they didn't patch this.
Yeah. So the people are like the newer generation, because all the old heads we already know. Justin is a menace. Yipes is a menace. Who else is from that era? Mike, what's his name? Though he's the one that threw the arcade stick on the ground.
Oh, Stanford
Kelly. He's also a menace in that game. Chris Matrix, menace. Duck Duo, menace. like a lot of the younger heads is getting into this game because they're like, man, I always heard good things about this game. It's like,
this ain't alright. That's not our era, bro. I'm gonna be real. That's not our era.
Yo, okay, so when the video comes out, because it ain't out yet, but it's gonna come out around a while and eventually, there might be a scene where I'm winning a match with one button and Rich was losing his mind. Cause I legitimately pressed one button.
He was playing Storm, if you want.
No, it was Cable. It was Cable when you got mad. It was Cable.
I thought it was playing Storm.
No. Storm was when I was jumping in the air and I was running and building.
It don't matter. It's all the same.
Wasn't it against me?
It was against you.
I was gonna say, like, I don't even think Rich played.
No.
And he was. We were both just sitting there, which, by the way, I didn't even fight WAZZLER, and I already refunded that game. So I'm on the side of fuck MVC2. I love it. It's a great game. It's a stupid game.
Hey, okay, so, because what happened was we picked a normal team and Tengu beat me. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to show you what a tier list looks like in this game. And I picked Cyclops, Cable, and... Yeah, you beat me.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you beat me.
The darkness outshade the light.
And then after I lose, I pick Cable, Cyclops, and Storm. Easily a top tier team.
Then I was playing with my hopeful dream team of Juggernaut, Hulk, and Zangief.
Oh god.
And I was like, oh, this is a game where it's like you can just jump up and shoot projectiles. There's no way I'm getting to you.
Oh my god, I never laughed so hard in my life, bro, because I was like, it just put in perspective for me like how unbalanced our games were. Because in any other game, your team would have had a fighting chance, but not MVC2.
MVC, it's like, why do they give the big characters one hit of armor, and majority of the characters in that game multi-hit?
Well, they put back in the Sidorak, so now you can call in Juggernaut through the Sidorak charge and then call him out, and then it's still infinite.
Yeah, when is that gonna happen?
They put it back in the game.
Okay, but if you jump in the air and you're just shooting icicles at me 24/7, what is Juggernaut gonna do?
You hopefully get a knockdown, call him in, and then get out after you power
Listen,
up.
I understand everybody's gonna say get good skill issue. Yes it is. But what the hell is that right down there?
Hell
Is that Zora?
That's the guy that's supposed to be.
Wait a minute, y'all can't see, but on our screen it just says
It's
Zora
Zora,
just got online. Where he ain't here.
He's playing a card game.
Okay.
He said
anyway,
he said he's on his way. He's stuck.
He's playing a card game while
playing a
driving. I hope
card
not.
But yeah, no.
But anyway, I don't know. That game is like, my only issue with MVC2 is I love that game. I think it's fun. I think it's great. I don't like fighting games where it's like you need to play these 8 characters or else you're just not going to do well.
Yeah, you don't play these characters, you might as well not even play the game. I ain't gonna lie. That's literally how that works. Like,
But that's most like old fighting games, which is like, I guess the name of the game.
I mean, it's
but-
not as bad in like CVS 2. Like, yeah, does everybody run Ratio 2 Blanca and Sagat? Yeah, but you don't have to.
That's true. CVS 2 has more like crazy stuff
Yeah.
you can do, but it's mostly because of the groove systems and stuff that you can kind of get away with a lot. But nowadays, like Street Fighter 6, Strive, Tekken, like even the worst characters in those games can still do pretty well if you're good with them.
I don't know, because like tier list now is like the worst character is only the worst compared to the top. Like it's not even like they're just bad or just they're just worse than the top.
yeah.
Like that's all it is.
Today's tier list is like the worst character is like, okay, this is the character you're probably gonna struggle with the most if you're trying to win.
Yeah.
Old school tier list, if you play anybody below B, you're not really playing the game. You're trolling.
Like everyone's at B now, like in modern games, and then everyone's just like, yeah, that's an F. Don't touch that.
It's like comparing like Tekken 8, like the lowest character being like Panda, and then in MVC2 Roll and being like, oh, they're equivalent. And you're like,
no, they're not.
One character is literally unplayable.
You know what's worse about this? Just what this WAZZLER thing that just the one's doing. He's picking Roll and he's beating
rude.
people.
I've watched many of his videos, and sometimes I'll see him like what's the one famous video where he's like, you're about to learn today? Where he's
Oh,
playing
Welcome to the
child.
Real World where he has Jax.
He doesn't give a
It was
fuck.
MKX. He had Jax. He was just shooting this kid with a rocket launcher.
He does not care at all.
No,
and
he
you would
does
think
not.
like you're a father. You should.
You're a
You don't want to
That
hurt
was before he
these
had a
kids.
kid, though.
He still does that
He
stuff.
still does.
Hey.
We just talked about him doing the combo to the dude that was dead.
Yeah. Let me remind. I had to remind myself that the memory that came from me watching that was like, what was that on my screen? I forgot.
Justin Wong is the type of guy to be like, if a Make-A-Wish kid was like, I want to play against Jay Wong, he would come in and still mop him and be like, you wanted to play against me, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta learn today, man. You gotta learn
This
today.
the real Jay Wong experience. This ain't gonna be like what was the rapper name that played Daigo?
Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, this ain't gonna be Lupe Fiasco versus Daigo.
Bro.
I remember watching them and being like, oh shit, Lupe's doing good, and then realize like, oh, Daigo's like not really playing.
No.
Like, there's so many times in a jump in, I'm like, you didn't Shoryuken? Oh, I see what you're doing, Daigo.
I was like, so you played Lupe Fiasco and you talking about, and Lupe is, the thing for me was that Lupe was like, side note by the way, but yeah, it was Lupe was like, oh, I beat Daigo. Did you really though? Nah, man, but yeah, just to walk, bro. And I've been reading the comments. One of the comments we read earlier today, looking at the Steam reviews, one that says not recommended, and the not recommended is just it's a fighting game. That was the whole reason for the record. It's a fighting game.
I saw something similar where it was like one of this is a horribly negative review, which is like, oh, I got the game excited, started up, realized it was a fighting game, and then uninstalled and refunded it. And I was like, y'all don't check the screenshots? I saw people online being mad that it wasn't MV or MCU stuff. Like they thought like it was like a more modern
This is
Marvel
why. This is
thing.
another reason I don't like the MCU. Cause y'all act like Marvel didn't exist before the MCU. Like all you fanboys, please stop.
They're like, these characters are a little too colorful.
Yeah,
Aren't
like
they supposed to be like monotone colors with tech lines on their outfits?
these characters look like something out of a comic book. Really?
Like the reviews y'all seen is crazy because the reviews I seen was kind of funny. It was like, yeah, man, this game is great and all, but like when you meet the WAZZLER, bro, like nah, bro. He feels like
Oh no, the ones in the comments that are like, I met the WAZZLER uninstalling. Dang!
Man, it's so funny.
It's like, man, it's a reason that this game was hard to get into, bro. Like, it's a reason that the dudes who were at the top of this game were at the top of this game.
I remember before that game came out, everybody being like, they added like little, what are they, macros that you can now do to do easier stuff in the game. And I was like, yeah, that's not a good thing. You don't want that to be a good thing. You don't want to see these pros like just automatic high jumping or
Bro,
dashing.
do you know
in the
how
air.
easy it is to do fly on fly when there's a macro button to just fly?
You don't want Jay Wong to have those tools in his belt.
No,
He
man.
does not need it.
I mean, bro, he been mopping. I've been watching the videos. I'm laughing because I think they're funny because he's just been mopping everybody that come across his screen. And he said that he wants to do it He wants to be number one in every console.
Oh, I think he did it. I think there was like a thing on one of his streams recently where I think he was for like a little bit.
Like, that means he's about to go on the Switch and body you.
Yep.
He's about to go on the Switch and body you.
He said he bought it on the Switch, and you saw people online being like, "Oh no, he's coming." He's like, first off, why are you playing any fighting game on the Switch?
I feel like you could play that on the Switch. MVC 2?
Bro, you can barely play Smash on the Switch, and that was built for the Switch.
Yeah, but like MVC 2?
You can't play.
It's
It's a retro game.
Is Street Fighter Tekken on the Switch? Street Fighter is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
MK's on the Switch.
That was so funny.
Oh
When they
my
showed the comparison,
God.
I gotta remember to put some of that up as examples. But when they show like Johnny Cage like on PC versus on Switch,
So the difference is crazy.
Can you even see their face model on the piece
I
on the
don't
Switch?
know, bro.
they all look like they got leukemia. Like it does not look good.
I don't think the Switch can run it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because yeah, it's a retro game, but you gotta understand, there's a lot happening in that game.
Yeah, but like a retro game doesn't take much. I'm pretty sure they added mad other retro games to their stuff.
And some of them don't work.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, if that's the case, then
The Switch is not really built on great hardware. It's built for convenience.
hope the Switch 2
like-
comes better.
Everybody's like, yeah, but Breath of the Wild runs fine. And it's like,
No, it doesn't.
That game, first of all, it stutters, and second of all, like, there's a reason that game's art style is no textures.
It runs fine if you don't run it on anything else. If you've only seen Breath of the Wild on the Switch, it's fine. But the second you put it on a PC or anything else, you're like, oh no. It's like, this is bad.
Did you see that? I don't know if I can. Maybe I might be able to find it so that I can put it in the video. But there's somebody recorded a gameplay of like the newest Pokemon, and when they go into a classroom, like all the students in the background are like just
What
like
the-
two frames a second
Yes,
animations.
yes.
Like, no, you guys are really you guys are a multi-billion-dollar company. You can't put a couple of bucks
Bro.
into that console to make it somewhat like at least as good as a PS4.
Yeah, but but just back to the conversation is, it's funny because I feel like the younger generation is getting an understanding of the older. It's an understanding, but it's also a side of like, I don't know why y'all thought this was fun. Like Rich's face the whole time we was recording those videos, he was just like, it's just don't look like fun.
I bet we're not going to see any When's Marble no more.
Nope.
After this, everybody's like, oh, so that's Marble. Oh, okay.
Nah.
Never mind.
Yeah, wins Marvel. You don't want to know. I promise you don't want to know. Yeah, it's a great time. It's been a great time. Because just top tiers in older games, you know who the top tiers are. It was not hard to find out who the top tier. Crazily enough, when that game first came out and the scene first started building, I remember people thought Jill was the top tier at one point.
She's a pretty fun character.
She's good.
I don't understand why she has like a fire dash, but other than that.
Hey man, I'm cool with it. Fire Zombie's cool.
The whole reason like people from those older games are like really good is because nowadays, like if somebody, you can just pick a game and be like, I guess I'll learn and get good at Dragon Ball, and then like those people like eventually will, and you get more people that are pros in that. Back in the day, it's like, well, we didn't have anything else, so I had to get good at MVC2. This is the only game that was available.
Yeah,
that Mom would buy.
back in the day, it wasn't no digital download. You had to go to the store, you had to buy the game, and then you had to go home. You had to read the manual on the way home because there's no
Y'all got a
online
disc?
guides. Huh?
Y'all got a disc back then? I thought y'all went to the arcades and duked
We
it up.
did
That's
go to the
even-
arcades, but there was still discs back then.
That's even the crazier stuff. Is
Wait,
if you
what?
wanted to play a fighting game back in the day with arcades, you had to be good enough to beat somebody so you could keep playing.
Yeah.
That's why I
And then,
thought.
but there's two sides to it because you gotta say MVC2 also came out on Dreamcast, but it was also in the arcades.
Oh, I see.
So like we had consoles, but it's like we didn't have online. Online wasn't as strong back then, so you much rather go and play at an
You
arcade.
need like a telephone line for that, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you playing on, first off, rollback didn't exist.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's just, rollback didn't exist. So even if you had an online fighting game, a lot of the times you just avoided playing online. Like, so you go to the arcade, but it's like You want to get better at the game, like he said, at the arcade, you have to be good enough to stay on the sticks.
Yo, keep the points up, yo. Get the streak up. Get the streak.
So you will buy the console version, and sometimes for certain games, the console version had things, or the arcade version had things that the console didn't. Because there was a point in time where arcade machines were stronger than consoles.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but like, cause now
it's not that crazy.
Well, now you see what consoles can do. That's why it's crazy now. But back then, it made sense. But like,
I'm trying to remember. Back in the day, if you put your tokens or your quarter in to play like MVC2, and then if you win, do you have to put another quarter in to play again if somebody challenges you, or you just keep going?
Because you stay on. Because
so,
that's why you keep your same team.
So
same team, right?
So yeah, if you keep the same team. And funny enough, when they play, you told this when they played it at the arcade, a lot of the younger kids who had never played an arcade game, when they won a match, they were like, "Why can't I switch my team?"
Oh, that was so fun.
it's an arcade game. You don't get to switch your team.
I remember seeing so many people like. That's why that MVC2 bracket went so slow, because people were like, "Just kill me so I could switch my characters," and then like just spamming whatever button they could find that did the most damage. I was like, "Just exit out and start over." And they're like, "We don't want to do that." I'm like, "Well, that's what you have to do." Like,
just go back and then just go back. It's so much faster because you just exit the game and go back in, and it puts you right back in the character select, because it's the arcade edition. It's not even the console edition.
it was really late, but we did find out now that they have that like load the save point. We just put a save point right on character select, so we just hit that every single time.
Oh, that's very convenient.
Yeah, no.
We had to pretty much create our own character select button.
But we're watching Justin Wong do what we knew he could do, and he's been doing for decades now. Do it all over again to a new generation. Oh my God, it's so funny. I'm not gonna lie. I have been laughing the entire time because I already knew how messed up this game was. It's like, yeah.
I'm just hoping there's that one hero of a kid that's in the background, and it's like, hey, the WAZZLER got me. All right, I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna get him back. Watch this. He's gonna come with some Sentinel, Psylocke, and whatever. Cable. He gonna come with that team. Like, I got you now,
Bro.
And then he gonna get.
I am very curious on how it's gonna go, because I know Max just announced a Twitch Rivals for MVC2.
Oh,
tournament
really?
That's coming up.
Oh, that's crazy.
So now I wonder if maybe if Justin Wong's gonna enter, or if any of the big names, or
They probably are 9 times out of 10. I still wish we would have got the MVC2 top 8 bracket, man.
that would have been cool. I don't think the casual viewer would have enjoyed it, because I don't think MVC2 is a fun game to necessarily watch than it is to play. Because the majority of
I
MVC2,
personally like watching it, but
majority of neutral though is like, all right, well, this character's off screen down there, and the other character's off screen in the sky, but you see projectiles. Oh shit, one guy get hit, now it's a corner combo.
well, and if you're not used to watching a game like MVC2, you don't understand what's going on half the time, to be honest with you. You're like, yo, he went in the air. Why is he just floating in the air?
I feel like, I don't know, like watching like high level stuff, like the Sentinel players, they just try to hit you with mix-ups and just
Because Sentinel does chip.
Yeah, like,
block it if you want to. I don't care.
Yeah,
You know?
Man, just start pointing at you and start shooting projectiles. I'm like, yeah, you're done, buddy.
Man, and MVC2, you just see a Sentinel flying over you while you're in the corner. He just throwing out the axe. He just keep hitting. He just
Start throwing some kicks in there.
Yeah, throw a couple kicks in there.
Like, bro, I'm like, nah, bro. And then next, you know, he did a weird like flying cross up on you.
Don't let him touch you either. Because the second he touches you, you're gonna die.
Jeez.
I think it's Yipes had explained it to Smug. He was like, "What would you describe Sentinel as?" He was like, "The speed of Chip, the reach of Dawson, and the damage of Zangief." And Smug was like, "What?" He's like, that's
Perfect character.
That is the perfect character. Like,
All he needs is a grapple.
I think no, he doesn't have a grab. I think that came in MVC3 where he got a grab. But it doesn't matter. He's got Rocket Punch.
It was always fun to watch. Was it Filipino? Who was it that has the team with Zangi or Hagar, Sentinel?
Kane Blue River.
Watching him play is so much fun. His damage is insane. The mix-ups he does with like big body characters is crazy.
He put that team on the map. He literally put that team on the map. He's the one that had people respecting that team.
Because back in the day, I don't think you saw maybe, well, you would see Sentinel, maybe Hagar, and Hulk. I don't think a lot of people were really.
You weren't
using.
seeing Hagar like that. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's,
Hagar by himself. Like, if you lose Hulk and Sentinel on that team and you got just Hagar, can you win? Sure, anything's possible.
is that air pipe swing? That's literally like
Yes.
what does it for that character.
Yes. Everything else, no. Like, Mike Hagar is a great mayor, but in MVC3, it's just people who just do more. Sorry. You brought a pipe to a fight with Dormammu.
I just want to see what they're gonna do for the next MVC, if they do it. I don't think it's on Capcom.
Yo, I
think
want to
it's
try out that
Marvel.
mod for MVC3 that
The
they
Beyond.
made. No, not MVCI. That's the one that Max is working on. But there's another one that the community for MVC3 made. They put Asura from Asura's Wrath in there. Cyclops
just
is in
put
that
Nero.
game. Yep,
think so.
Nero's in the game. They put a whole bunch of other like Marvel and Capcom characters that we didn't get in the original game in the mod. I'm like, yo. And they're full-blown characters. They're not skins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actual characters. I'm like, this is, hey man, this lit. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Hopefully it's not too crazy, but
Any final thoughts on the WAZZLER?
I love MVC2. Fuck MVC2. I hate MVC2, but I also love it. It's like an abusive relationship.
Man, it's hurt, bro.
They'll know when that video comes out.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. What's your thoughts as a young person that didn't grow up with the game but got to at least see the game?
Bro, that game is just not for me, bro. Like, that's a game where I know, like, I'm not hanging. Like, I'll say it to anybody. I'm like, nah, that ain't me, bro.
No, that's fair. I would agree. I think you have to put. Yipe said it, and I agree. He's like, you have to put years worth of work into this game to get good at
I
it.
think Matrix, like, when he first got in, he didn't get good in like a year or two or something like that. Something ridiculous. I was like, damn.
It takes a while to get good in that game, man. It takes forever.
I'm curious, as like a last little note, do you think this will birth like a new MVC2 Pro? Or do you think...
I do think that it might produce more players that will like want to like compete at that level, but I don't know how much that will be, but I don't know. I think so.
Shoot, man, it's already weeding them out.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, there's gonna be that one kid.
I know.
That one kid that's like, yeah, this game's amazing. I'm gonna go. I can do anything I want.
The game came out and Justin turned on the lawnmower.
He's just weeding out the week. So.
All right, man. That's it for the RoundStart crew, man. Let us know your thoughts on the MVC collection. Did you get your refund? Are you playing the game? Do you think it's fun? Do you think it's not fun? You can let us know in the comments. I'm enjoying it. We'll catch you on next time. Be easy.